I'm trying to think of what all I need to
Philip,
say.
you slut.
That's the intro. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Brute Neighbors podcast. This is episode 2. I am Philip, and he is
Seth.
And today we're going to be talking about some very interesting subject matter. We're going to be talking about
Tell me what they are, Philip.
I will. Street lamps.
Oh,
and
that's nifty.
Taylor Swift.
I
Your
love
favorite.
her.
You do. Do you though?
T-Swizzle.
Do you really? Are you a true fan?
I am. Yeah. Why would you call my Swiftiness?
I think I might have to Swiftiness. Jesus. I may be casting some doubts on you tonight, Seth. But we'll see. And a third mystery subject that Seth has prepared today. It's his turn this week to bamboozle me. So yeah, we're gonna see where the evening takes us. What we got planned. So Seth, what are your thoughts on street lamps?
So street lamps are obviously very iconic. We've all seen the street lamp.
Are you sure? How do you know that I've seen a street lamp, Seth?
I actually don't know.
I haven't been outside in like a month because of Corona.
I have noticed that like some parts of the country are more prone to like have a lot more street lamps than others. Obviously it's a very
some neighborhoods
like
too,
urban
especially the ones I
setting.
grew up in.
Well, yeah, it's also very reliant on like the amount of money a certain area has. So it's either rich areas or like business districts where the city will obviously want to put something in.
Yeah.
So I guess in a certain way you could say that street lamps are like a class marker.
I mean, honestly, yeah, because like I grew up in some pretty not great neighborhoods, and we had some pretty not great lighting in our streets. So like, I mean, it correlates. I don't know if it's a correlation issue, but like,
well, I'm just thinking about Tuscaloosa in particular, and I mean almost every street corner north of the train tracks, north of McFarland, has street lamps. So I mean it's a very walkable area. That is absolutely not the case south of the train tracks, south of McFarland. I mean, obviously, the areas where I've had houses, the areas that are definitely a lot more like the residential areas were a lot more organic and just sort of sprung up, don't have as many street lamps. And those also coincidentally happen to be I don't want to say lower income areas, but like definitely compared to north of the tracks, there is definitely a wealth disparity there.
Well, I've noticed even like I went for a walk tonight, and you look around and like there's one street that I like. It's a super long street. I just walk down that street typically, and then I walk back because all the side streets aren't well lit, and then that's also happens to be where most of the crimes are in that area are on those streets, which like it also begs the question of like, does the crime just go there because it's poorly lit, or is it poorly lit first and then, or well, not I'm saying it backwards, but I think you know what I'm saying. Yeah. Like which came first, the crime or the lack of light?
I think it's maybe a combination of both. Yeah, I mean, if you have an area that has more crime, then I mean, people are less inclined to like throw street lamps there. But also, if there's an area without street lamps, obviously it makes sense that that would be where crime is.
See, but you would think if there was, city leaders with some proper reasoning skills, you'd say like,
I'm sorry, Philip. City leaders with proper reasoning skills.
I know it's a foreign concept, but follow me.
Politicians who care about their people.
Follow me on this very hypothetical, improbable thought. You would think, these areas of higher crime rates, let's throw some fucking lights up, or like let's people are more likely to do crimes here because of the lights, or at least that's part of the issue. Throw some lights up, make it more safe. Fucking save our people from death, but that's not something our officials want to do.
Yeah.
Have you injected your bleach today, Seth?
No.
Did you forget?
I'm a Lysol kind of guy.
Oh man, the coward way out, man. You got to go all out. That's gotta really purge the corona.
Okay, I've been taking shots of hand sanitizer since day one. Nobody can take that away from me. I have been prepared here.
Just a Purell bottle a day, just glug.
How does this relate to street lamps?
Public officials being fucking stupid.
Whatever sort of correlation could you be drawing?
I know, right? Like, yeah, this is a smart thing, right? We gotta purge the corona from our bodies.
I love the meme that's just like Trump looking at the board that says disinfectants kill the virus, and him just looking at it be like, you can see the gears turning in his head. Why has no one put this together yet? Why has no one figured this out?
Master genius, obviously.
I will be the hero we need.
God, what a dumb man. Not to get political, but also getting political. Dumb man.
The Brute Neighbors podcast officially takes no sides. We are officially neutral.
I'm officially neutral. I also think he's a fucking moron.
Correct.
Crack a cold one there. I hope the mic caught that. I'm doing Coke, Seth. It's a can of Coke for the audience. It's a visual joke, but you don't get it because it's audio only.
I'm more of a Pepsi guy myself.
Me too, but my convenience store doesn't carry Pepsi products, and it makes me sad.
Well, I mean, obviously, you know, above both of them, I am an RC guy.
Yeah, I always forget about RC Cola.
RC is the superior cola.
I've only had it a couple times. Like, I liked it well enough. I'm a big Dr. Pepper guy. Dr. Pepper's my go-to when I have the option. It's like Dr. Pepper, then Pepsi, then like Coke, and then like non-caffeinated beverages. I guess root beer would probably be next after that then, because I like root beer. I don't like Mountain Dew.
I am a big root beer guy.
Root beer's
love me some root beer.
Like root beer's my favorite mixer with alcohol, honestly. I know that's a weird mixer for a lot of people, but like
well, you really like that, like root beer and vanilla schnapps, was it?
Vanilla brandy.
Vanilla brandy.
Vanilla brandy and root beer and vanilla brandy and cream soda. Both of them are just so delicious. It's like drinking candy. It's amazing.
You know, I never tried that I always had to drive at all of your I never got drunk. I think I got drunk at one of your parties.
Yeah, I think that tracks, honestly, because like there are also a lot of times that like you were sick or like on medication that you couldn't drink too.
Well, yeah, no, I forgot. I've been on antibiotics like half the
at
time,
least half. Yeah, like we've only gotten drunk together like 2 or 3 times ever, maybe. Like when we're both drunk.
Yeah, that is a crying shame.
Yeah, hey, come to Atlanta, man. We'll fix that.
Yeah. Every other night.
Oh, to keep that sound in, but none of the context. Oh God.
Did you know that little bar that sticks out from street lamps? You know what I'm talking about?
Like the overhead bar that holds the light?
Well, like I guess for certain street lamps, yeah, but like okay, you've got your traditional just like black street lamp that goes up and just has a light. You know how sometimes there's like an arm that comes off like right at the top?
Not directly connected to the light?
No, it is. Well, like it's on the like.
What kind of weird ass lights do you have up in Delaware?
Hold up, let me look up a picture.
I have no idea what you're referring to.
You're talking about
like a classic street lamp. Yeah, I can post an image in the description. But because we're talking like a classic street lamp, like pole and then a bar that goes like across from the top, and then the light is at the end of the bar, right?
No.
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 Because like when I think street lamps, I think either just a pole and then there's a light on top, or it's pole and then it sticks out over the road light, like on the pole it sticks out over the road.
I'm struggling to come up with an image, but I guess the same concept applies to have like that sort of overhanging bar, but the reason why is so that way people who need to do work on the light have somewhere to put the ladder and they can climb up.
Are you talking about like the lower bar wait. I think I know what you're talking about. Like so there's like some of them have like the bar and then there's like another bar that connects to the other bar but not directed to the light.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah. I always assumed it was just like a support, but like I guess it makes sense, yeah. I think I know. I don't know if we're on the same page here.
Assuming we are on the same page, yeah. No, yeah, totally.
Yeah, we know what we're talking about. We do extensive research on everything we talk about.
I'll have you know, this is an extremely well informed show.
Hey, I researched Taylor Swift. Okay, I was not a Taylor Swift fan, may not still be. We'll talk
And
about
now
that
he is.
later. We'll get into that a little later. I've got thoughts.
Okay.
What do you think Taylor Swift's favorite street lamp is?
Oh, probably the X frame.
X frame.
Um,
That sounds fancy.
I literally just made it up 5 seconds
Well,
ago.
you just made Taylor Swift's favorite light post light
That's
street lamp. That's wow. I
that's
can't think words. Me
it's
knows
actually
stupid.
the name of her next album is X frame.
X frame. It's about all the exes she's framed for murder to get out of the relationships.
Oh snap. So I guess the kind of street lamp you are used to is that metal pole with like an arm sticking out and then
Yeah.
the lamp at the end of it.
Yeah, just simple, basic, bing, bang, boom.
See, for me, I'm so used to. I mean, the ones in Delaware City are like those Chronicles of Narnia, big black lamppost with
Oh, it's
light
like
at the top.
the lanternish looking thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you got those fancy ones.
I mean,
Those are fancy
kinda.
to us down south. You got money for looking like a lantern? That's fucking fancy.
I suppose.
You got that lantern
Uh,
money.
that's also mostly just around the downtown area of Delaware City. If you're on the back streets, you're kind of screwed.
You just don't have any lights. You
Yeah,
gotta go by the moon.
but that's also the streets where the deer like to hang out. So
The deer are out in the darkness doing drug deals.
correct.
You ever been mugged by a deer?
Well, that one.
Oh yeah, how could I forget? I was there. I was the deer actually.
When you're driving into Delaware City at night, you definitely need to be on the lookout for deer jumping in front of the car because that happens a lot. You know why?
Yeah.
Because there aren't any street lamps around.
We have that a lot down here too, especially on the back roads. Like,
Yeah,
or like, it is weird now I think about it. Like, there are long stretches of road out in the south that like
yeah.
just there's no street lamps for like miles.
See, and that is very strange to me because like for the most part around me, that is not the case. Like
Well, you guys, even your like rural areas still like are developed to some degree for the most
yes,
part. Like we
correct.
have like large, like usually on those roads, like it's literally just a road. There's not even like
I
farmland. It's just trees and there's a road through like the woods.
yeah, I literally would struggle to come up with any road within like 10-mile radius of my house that like you cannot you cannot see another house at any given point.
Oh, that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
See, it's weird that the South is like, I don't know, the South's just so spread out. Like even like in
Yeah.
Atlanta here, like I've only been like I'm in Atlanta, but I haven't really been into Atlanta just because like it's so spread out. Like I'm still in the city, but I'm not.
Well,
And it's
okay,
weird.
but that is also a factor of city planning.
Yeah.
Because you have certain cities that are like directly planned and like extremely well organized, like New York, Philadelphia for the most part, DC. But then you also like for a lot of the rest of the country, you have these like metroplexes, which are just like these huge conglomerations of different cities that have all been packed together.
Mhm.
And like your Atlanta, your Dallas Fort Worth, your LA,
Yeah,
like
'cause a lot of those are
these are
cities that
all
weren't
places.
planned to be big cities.
Yeah, like those are all cities that you can't just like walk around and walk from one neighborhood to the next, where like New York and DC you can.
Well, it's because like DC and like New York to some degree, like they were planned to be like
Correct.
major cities and hubs. Well, like no one thought Atlanta was gonna be a big city 50 years ago, even probably.
Yeah.
At least to the size
Well,
it is
yeah. I
now.
mean, even it like during our lifetimes, Atlanta's like blown up.
Yeah, like Atlanta's always been like a big city to me,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
like in the same way that Birmingham was a big city to me. Like, oh yeah, there's some cool stuff over there. There's like, some theme parks and stuff, but like nothing that was like, wow, it's a big, booming city. But now in the past like 5-10 years, it's just exploded and there's street
Oh, yeah.
lamps everywhere, except in the parts of town they don't care about, which
Wait,
are a lot.
yeah, can we get statistics on the number of street lamps in 2000 versus the number of street lamps now.
I'm gonna go poll. I'm gonna go door to door. It's like all these people that didn't answer their census, they
Okay.
will answer
We're
this.
we're gonna look this up and we're gonna put it down in the description
Are we?
if you're curious. Yeah.
You're going to.
Okay. Sure. By the way, spoiler alert: the answer is going to be. I'm not gonna find the answer because I don't think anyone keeps
No one
statistics on
cares.
this.
No one cares about street lamps. We're the only people who've talked about street lamps in the past like 30 years.
We're really groundbreaking here.
Yeah, we're you know what? I bet city council people are gonna hear this podcast and they're gonna be like, "Wow, we need to make changes," and they make those changes like good
Somebody
representatives.
send this to the mayor of Atlanta.
Actually, the mayor of Atlanta is pretty cool, from what I hear.
Yeah. From what I understand, she's very adept.
Like she's been like keeping Atlanta locked down, even though our governor was like, "Hey, let's go bowling, guys." That's the stupidest shit to me. Of all the things to open, who was asking for bowling alleys?
Okay, the thing I cannot get over, with the opening up of the stay-at-home order is that all of them, every single business that is listed as opening back up, is something that like completely goes against social distancing.
Massage parlors,
manicurists, barbers, bowling alleys.
At least, like, I think it's incredibly stupid that they like open up barbershops and stuff. But at least there were dumb people asking for those to be reopened.
Yeah.
So at least like you could make the argument like, okay, he's listening to his like base, like yada yada. I think it's still stupid, but at least people were asking for it. Who the fuck was asking for bowling alleys? Who was like, man, it's been a month and a half. I haven't bowled in a while. I need to bowl or I'm gonna die. Who?
And it's also a matter of just like when these businesses open up, I mean, barely anyone is going to be going to them. And or maybe they don't want to open up their business again because like why would you? And then they will not be able to get any of the government benefits that they will need to stay alive because it's not a government order
you're allowed
shutdown.
you're allowed to be open now, so why aren't you fucking open? So they're fucked either way, and it's stupid.
Yeah.
This wouldn't happen if we had good street lamps. I'm saying that
all I'm
bad
saying
lighting.
is Trump said that UV killed Corona. Is it possible?
That just light bulbs kill Corona.
That's street lamps.
We've been wrong all along, guys. Stop injecting the bleach. We were wrong.
Why has nobody thought of this yet?
I mean, I'm just saying. I've been going for walks and like on the well-lit street, and as of this very second, to my knowledge, I don't have Corona. Just saying. Coincidence?
Yeah.
Street lamps.
I think not.
You heard it here first. We are clearly medical experts. We're not, so don't sue us. But
I'll have you know, in a week, I'm going to have my Bachelor of Arts degree.
I have a degree in film, so I clearly know what I'm talking about. Street lamps kill Corona. You heard it here first. There you go. See, we're
boom, street lamps.
Boom, street lamps. Do we have any? What else can we say about street lamps, Seth?
We've gotten some good contact. A lot of societal.
Yeah, we got a little political, but I mean, it's content.
Look,
you're not getting hate mail. Is
sells.
it? Is this sex? Is that how this works?
Do you not know what sex involves?
Apparently not. I didn't realize.
You never had sex with a street lamp? Like legitimate, like
every day, Seth. Every day. Why do you think I go on my walks?
Oh god,
it's a turn on, man.
I hate you, Philip.
Oh, that's staying in.
Lovely. I can't wait till I'm. Well, I know I'm not. I can't wait till I'm like on a county council or like work for a church in 20 years. And somebody digs this out. He has sex with street lamps.
No, I do, not you. You're fine.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, you just because you know about it doesn't mean you're abstinent to the street.
I'm a very cultured person. Real cosmopolitan thinker.
Oh god. All right, so street lamp fucking aside, what else do we have to say?
Have we considered making the bulbs of street lamps triangles?
What would that wouldn't affect the light output though, would it? Like I don't think that would do literally anything.
I feel like it would make it dimmer. I don't know
Maybe.
the science behind it, but I feel like having those points to I if you're a physicist listening to this, I'm so
Yeah, we have
sorry.
a big
But
physicist
I
fan base.
feel like light would mostly come out of the faces and not like the edges, and so that's like that's light that's being like absorbed.
I don't think it would affect much, honestly. I feel like it'd just be a street lamp still. You know what would be interesting though? We change all the bulbs in every street light, make them like blue or like green. Green. Let's do green.
Yeah.
I was gonna say red, but then every single block would be a red light district. And like, sure, but
Every district is the red light district.
our world is a red light district.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
More like Crimson Light District. Am I right?
I hate you.
So I guess that's all I
Yeah,
got.
I don't think there's anything else we can
Uh,
wring out of this one.
I'm pro for one.
Yeah, I'm pro street lamps. I think we need more of them and make our city safe. City council people that I know are listening, build more street lamps, man. Like we
Yeah.
fucking, I don't want to get mugged and I don't want to die. So just make street lamps. Thank you.
Roll
I know
Tide.
you'll do it. I know you're listening and you will respond accordingly. Thank you.
And we did that, Philip.
We
We
made
were
change.
responsible for that.
We made a change. This podcast, Seth, we're bringing good into the world.
You know, it feels good to do good.
It does. It does. All right, you ready for
You're
Taylor Swift? All right, first off, go ahead and tell your initial thoughts on Taylor Swift because you are, to my knowledge, a fairly decent fan of Taylor Swift. You enjoy Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. No, I really enjoy her music. I've been on the train since Fearless, since so my sister, she was the one with iTunes for the longest time. And so when I got my first iPod, I just downloaded all of the music that we had on iTunes, which included all of Fearless. And so that would be one of the main sources of my music, is just listening to the songs in that album.
Have you ever been to a
Uh,
Taylor Swift concert and paid like $7 billion to go to one?
I've not. My sister has, and she got a T-shirt, and I was
Oh,
very jealous.
you should have had her
But
buy you one.
no, it well, okay. So honestly, I mean, like I liked the music, but it wasn't until I went to a Boy Scout jamboree, and it became like a running joke to worship Taylor Swift, and that's when I first
You went
heard
to a Taylor
people.
Swift cult.
Yeah, well, no, that's when I first heard people referring to her as T Swizzle.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started like listening for the I started like listening a lot more for the meme,
Mm-hmm. And she
and then
enamored you.
the meme became real.
I feel like I've done that with a lot of bands, honestly. I've
Yeah.
ironically listened to like Disturbed and been like, oh wait, I actually kind of enjoy this, even though that everyone hates them.
Yeah, well, and then once Blank Space came around, like then she was big again. Like that was really popular music, really good music. And then I always everyone always thought the sort of like Taylor Swift horse girl image was like, people really didn't like that. People
Mhm.
thought it was fake. I I mean that's just like, she
It,
was
it
a very genuine, very nice person.
See, it came
Uh
across very okay. So so you told me like Thursday and the Wednesday that because we had something else planned, but we didn't have time to do it. So you were
yeah,
like, hey, why don't we review Taylor Swift? I'm like, sure, because I am not. I've never been like a huge listener of Taylor Swift. Like I've heard her songs on the radio.
yeah.
I grew up in the South, so duh, I heard her on the radio when she was still country.
Wait, was she a big, like what was she actually treated as country by?
Oh yeah, for
Okay,
until
because like
like
we thought of her as country, but we also knew she was from Pennsylvania, so we didn't know
she's
how
part
like.
of the like kind of generic sappy new country that most people don't really like, but like she's still like
Okay.
people she was considered country until like Red, honestly. Like I think Red was the last one that was like still kind of country. And then 1989 she was just like, yeah, I'm different now, poppy. But yeah, no, she was like, so I listened to a lot of her songs on the radio and stuff, and like I didn't dislike her. She was fine, but I never really listened to her much.
Mhm.
But you told me Wednesday, like, all right, let's listen to Taylor Swift. So being the studious podcaster that I am, I listened to 6.5 of her 7 studio albums in the past like 3 days. I didn't
Didn't
finish
finish
Lover.
Lover.
I didn't. Gonna be real, wasn't vibing with it either. Also wasn't
Okay.
vibing with most of it. But there were some highlights. There were some good ups and downs, you know?
Okay. Give me your highlights.
All right. Well, how do you want to approach this? Because I have notes.
Okay. You honestly, you just go through your notes, and I can
Okay.
make comments.
We're gonna go one album at a time. I'm gonna say the best and worst album, or the best and worst song off of each album. Okay.
Okay.
So first up was Taylor Swift's self-titled album. Wasn't like most of these songs were the ones I heard a lot growing up because these
Mhm.
were the ones that just blew up. Like and started her career. Wasn't
I
like I
was
didn't like it.
Romeo. I was
That which one's that? That
Love
was
Story.
I think it's Love Story. Love Story is okay. I think Love Story might have been Fearless actually, but
Oh, maybe.
yeah, I didn't. It came off as very, and I'm full disclosure. I'm a rock guy. I don't do country anymore. I haven't listened to country really since I was a kid. So revisiting these songs was kind of yikes, and what I was not a fan of her first album. But I would say the best one is probably Teardrops on My Guitar. I think that's the one that was.
Oh
No, you don't like Teardrops?
no,
Teardrops?
oh no! I love
Oh,
Teardrops on my guitar. Yeah.
I that was definitely the one that felt the most genuine and like it was nice. It was still kind of cheesy, but like it was fun. I liked it. The
Yeah.
worst one, this might be very controversial. I really did not like Our Song.
Really? Well,
It
I mean that was her like
Yeah, that
big
was like
breakout song.
yeah, but I did not like Our Song like at all.
Yeah.
Like I never like really liked it, but it just kind of phased over me. But when I was listening to the album again, I hate
That
the word
is
cringe, but it made me cringe. I was like, Our Song is a slamming screen door. I hated it. I hated it.
that is such a like mid 2000s anthem for me though. And I mean I guess like in general.
So, but yeah, so Our Song was not a fan, and like also, and like it's kind of comes to this is gonna come up like a lot with her songs. Basically, she has 3 songs. Like it's either a man, I really like this dude, I want to get with this dude. It's a I'm in a relationship with this dude. It's cool, I guess. Or it's man, this dude sucked. It's over, heartbreak. Or fuck you, I'm Taylor. Like there's like
She
three and a half
has
songs.
other
She
songs.
has a couple others. Like towards honestly, the later we go, the more she
Yeah.
kind of gets off that a little bit. But like literally, like
Yeah.
I can't tell you half the songs I listen to because they all sound the fucking same. Like the only like her singles and a couple of others here and there like really stood out to me because
Hmm.
every most of her other songs are just less good versions of her singles.
Okay.
Um,
Let's sorry.
no, go
Let's
ahead.
move on to
Okay,
Fearless.
yeah. So Fearless is pretty good overall. My favorites, it was a toss up between 15 and You Belong With Me.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
Belong
I
With Me,
mean
like
both of those are very strong, very
yeah,
solid.
You Belong With Me especially is very cheesy, but like I have fond memories of it as a kid, and
Yeah.
it's like fun cheesy. It's just like I
Yeah.
don't know. It's like
Oh yeah.
it's relatable when you're in like middle school. So like, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like I feel that Taylor.
Yeah.
She's cheer captain. And I'm on the bleachers, dreaming about the day when you wake up and find that what you're looking for, Seth,
Looking for
has been here
has been here
the
the
whole time.
whole
You belong with me.
e e e.
Worst song on Fearless is Hey Steven.
Okay.
It's another boring like I don't even remember I can't it was just so lackluster. It's just like, hey Steven,
Yeah.
whatever. I don't even remember if it was a
I
hey Steven fuck you or hey Steven like, we're okay, but you kinda
I
suck.
feel like I have mixed like I don't have anything against Hey Steven, but like it's just
Honestly, any of the
I don't
songs where
hate
she
it.
like specifically names somebody, I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah.
It's like,
Okay.
okay, it didn't vibe with me.
I need to know because this is kind of like controversial.
Okay.
Or yeah. What were your thoughts on The Best Day?
I honestly I couldn't tell you any of the lyrics outside the chorus. I have no thoughts on it really. It was just kind of there. Like I know that was one of her big ones off that album, right?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Well, I actually don't know if it was.
I've definitely heard it on the radio. And
Okay.
usually only singles get played on the radio, with a few exceptions. I think "You Belong with Me" was bigger, but I feel like it
Yeah.
definitely was up there. Because I mean, that's the thing is
I
like 5 of the songs off of Taylor Swift's first album were on the radio all the time. Like Tim McGraw was everywhere, which
yeah.
is also dumb to me. Like Tim McGraw, a song specifically mentioning a country singer is just about a breakup with some other random person. Like that's
Yeah.
stupid. Like
Wait,
that's
I
dumb.
I I don't even remember that song.
When you think Tim McGraw, I hope you think our favorite song.
No, I don't
You've
even. I've clearly blocked that
It
from
was
my memory.
huge in the South because Tim McGraw is huge or was huge in the
I
South.
I actually I could not tell you a single Tim McGraw song, cause so that could also be it.
Live Like You're Dying was one of his big ones. You've probably heard it. I mean, in the
Probably.
South, Tim McGraw was everywhere, but
Gotcha.
he was like
Um,
he was probably the
but
last like super big country singer, besides
yeah,
like Dierks Bentley or one of those dudes,
yeah.
real country.
The Best Day is one of my favorite Taylor Swift songs. It just like it really it really evokes. This is gonna sound really weird, but like just growing up, my dad and my sister always had just like a very strong relationship, a very close connection. And when I listen to that song, I picture it with like my sister as a child and like hanging out with my dad, and it just it brings back like a lot of nostalgia for that period of our lives. And so
Okay.
it definitely hits a very emotional note with me.
See, I have no connection to it.
Yeah,
It's just kind of there for me, but
gotcha.
I don't dislike it. It's fine. Hey
Yeah.
Stephen again is the
Well,
worst song on the list.
I just I know whenever I tell people that, there's a lot of people who are like, "Oh, that's like the worst Fearless song." Fearless is definitely the one with like the most hits, other than maybe Taylor Swift.
Yeah, Taylor Swift had a lot of. Here, let me look over Fearless real quick. The ones that I always heard on the radio. Also, I didn't hear Fearless very much on the radio. Like the titular song, I feel like I didn't hear very much. 15, Love Story was on
Yeah, I
Fearless.
feel like I've heard Fearless a lot, but that might also be because I've listened to the album a lot.
Love Story. White Horse was not as big, but it definitely got played. You Belong with Me and The Best Day are probably the big ones off of Fearless, I'd say. Yeah, it's fine. Fearless is a decent album. I enjoyed it overall, but like as much as I can.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll get to it. Let's go ahead and move on to Speak Now.
Okay. Speak now.
Um, yes, I'm speaking now.
I I don't have a lot of feelings about Speak.
It's kind of not good, honestly.
Yeah.
The only two songs that stand out for me, like the ones I would say are the best, I really like Mean. Mean is really good.
Yes. Yeah.
I also like I just have some personal connection to that song. That's the one Taylor Swift song I kind of have a personal connection to. It came out during my parents' like divorce, and
Oh,
like so
damn.
there was some back and forth stuff with them, and like I listened to that and just kind of there's some good old fashioned childhood trauma associated with it, but in a good way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that definitely things associated with like even like bad events like can still be very powerful memories. And like whether the things they came out of were good or bad, I know what you're talking about. Just like hit that tender spot.
Yeah, and
Um,
especially with Mean is like I feel like it's one of the closest. Like as much as she goes into all this like oh, we had a shitty breakup, blah blah blah. Most of those songs feel very like basic, superficial, suburban white girl breakups, and not like actual like heartbreaking, like abusive breakups or stuff like that. And like Mean's the closest she's come to, so I feel like actually tackling like a real fucked up breakup.
yeah, I would
And like I
I could
appreciate
definitely
that
see that.
because like again, most of her songs just like, oh, he's stupid, he's lying, but like Mean is like actually like a like I'd say abusive relationship that she like gets out of and like pulls herself out of, and like that's cool. I appreciate that. Like
Yeah,
it's the closest she's come to a real like song about that subject matter for me at least.
yeah.
So And then I also really liked Haunted. Just how it sounds. I didn't listen to the lyrics that much. It just sounds cool.
I don't think I've ever heard Haunted.
I would check it out.
Maybe
It sounds good.
okay.
Like I like the instrumental behind it. Like it's meant to be a very soulful, emotional piece. I didn't listen to the lyrics much, so I don't know if it actually is or not. But it sounds really cool. So I like it.
Yeah.
I feel like she was starting to experiment a little outside of her like just country girl stuff.
Mhm.
So she was playing with that a bit. The worst song on Speak Now is Speak Now.
Okay.
It's not good. It's stupid.
I have no contest there.
You know, you've heard Speak Now, right?
I've definitely heard it before. I could not tell you.
It's just her
what
crashing
the
a
tune
wedding
is.
to like try and run off with her ex. It's stupid.
Lovely. How old was she when she wrote that? Probably the same age as us.
Probably, yeah. And was already a billionaire by then, I think.
Yeah.
We're doing well, Seth. We're talking about Streetlamps.
2010. Oh, she was 21. She was the
Jesus.
same age as us.
I'm 23.
She was the same age as me.
God, that always makes me sad when I like Tom Holland is like exactly my age, and he's like worth like $4.5 million. The
Yeah.
only
he is.
consolation I have is that Guy Fieri is still double his net worth. Guy Fieri is double the net worth of Tom Holland. Look it up. It's amazing. Guy Fieri is a rich man.
That makes me happy.
Yeah, Speak Now sucks.
No, we should definitely do a Guy Fieri episode because
absolutely.
that man deserves being talked about.
He does. I have very mixed feelings about Guy Fieri.
Mixed feelings?
Mixed feelings.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I want to hear about him.
He's one of those people that I feel like I should hate, but I don't.
Yeah.
Like I want to hate him.
That's the thing is all of the aspects. This is not a Guy Fieri thing, but all of the aspects about Guy Fieri that like I want to find annoying and like should be obnoxious just end up being endearing.
Yeah.
Like, it's very strange.
It's like he's like that friend who like is in your like friend group who just like he's never gonna be your best friend. He's never gonna be like someone you're super close to, but like he comes to a party and he's like, "Hey, Guy, what's up, man? You came back from Flavortown? Hey!" It's like, nice shirt, man. It's really lit because he's always retired shirts. It's like he's like that guy who's like you only invite to parties. Like you don't ever hang out with him one-on-one, but you invite him to parties and you have a good time. That's Guy Fieri.
Oh, rip.
You know, Guy Fieri, if you're listening, I'll hang out with you, Guy Fieri. We'll go get one from Flavortown.
Yeah, you know what? We don't know if we'd hang out with you. You should hang out with us, so we can find out.
Yeah, prove your worth to two random white guys on a stupid ass podcast.
Correct.
Guy Fieri, you've been challenged. Boom, roasted. Like the food you will serve to us, maybe. Yeah, we're gonna make you cook for us too.
Anyway, Red. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I did not find out that Red existed until 1989 came out.
Yeah, Red is weird because honestly, I'd forgotten about it too. It wasn't until I started listening to it again. Like I didn't realize 22 was on this album.
Really?
Yeah, 22. Dude, there's a lot of big songs.
That does make sense because I had never heard 22 until it became like a meme. And I feel like it made a resurgence after it became a meme. And
yeah, like, it definitely was big when the album first dropped, I'd say. But like because that was when like country stations weren't sure if they should keep playing her or not, because Red was kind of her middle ground. But they're like, I guess she's country. So 22 still played on the country stations. Yeah, I would say the best ones are probably 22 and I Knew You Were Trouble. I Know Your Trouble's dumb, but I enjoy.
Is that from Red?
Yeah, dude, she has a lot of like she has like 3 or 4 really memorable songs on Red. Like look at the discography or the track list.
Yeah, I'm about to pull that up.
It's like there's a few
that is definitely a very big one.
And the worst one is another big one.
We are never ever ever getting back together.
Yeah, it's the worst song on the album.
What?
Yeah, it's dumb.
What is wrong with you?
It's just so like needlessly like I don't know, just and like it's one of those songs that has those stupid little like audio tracks of her like being like, yeah, no, we're never getting back together instead of actually
Okay.
singing.
Yeah, no, that is fair. I can't stand those little bits of dialogue.
She does it
Like
more and
I'm here
more
for
like
a
the
song.
longer
I
her
did
yeah. It's like that's why
this is
I can't watch music videos anymore unless I'm specifically
yeah.
analyzing the video itself because like they'll do these stupid ass stories where they talk for a minute and then the song starts. I'm like, no, I want to listen to the fucking music.
Yeah.
Um
I used to always hate I Need a Doctor. Awesome song. Eminem, Dr. Dre. Skylar
wow, I
Grey.
haven't heard that one actually.
Wait, really?
I don't think so.
Oh my gosh. That was like
I,
one of
I
my
had a big
favorite
Eminem phase
songs.
too.
The music video, this actual song does not start until like 4 minutes in. There's
Gross.
4 minutes of just like backstory that I honestly never really understood.
We should do a music video episode. Well, I mean, we can probably do
Yeah,
specific music videos even. I don't
yeah,
want to talk about Stan because that's what they slam in your face as a film student.
yeah.
But it is a good
I'm
music
not.
video though.
Yeah.
But we're never getting back together. It just annoyed me, and like I
Okay.
didn't like the sound, and like I like that she's like I guess standing up for herself, but after like it's very clear she's been in this back and forth for a while. And it's like it almost feels ironic to me, like the audience is like questioning like, okay, she says it, but she's actually gonna get back together with him. Like I feel like it's
Mhm.
almost like works against the point, unless that was the point. But I don't know.
Mm.
I was not a fan.
Yeah.
So Red's okay. 1989. I enjoyed 1989. 1989 was interesting for me because I couldn't place a worst song for it.
Mhm.
Like none of the songs really stood out to me. Really, like Blank Space is good. Shake It Off is it's catchy as fuck. What's the other one? Bad
See,
Blood. Bad Blood is. I was not a big fan of Bad Blood. That was
I
probably the
agree.
closest to
I was not
worst
a
for
huge.
me. If I had to pick a worst, it'd probably be Bad Blood. I really liked I Know Places actually, which kind of surprised me.
Say that again.
I Know Places. It wasn't one of her big ones off it. So
I've definitely heard it before, but I can't place it.
yeah, it's like it kind of
See
caught me off guard, but like
that
it's good.
that uh that album 1989. I There were a lot that I really liked, but there were also a lot of ones there that like where I felt like the chorus was all I ever heard. And it
Yeah.
was just like after the third time I would hear it on the radio, it would just be like pain to listen
Well, it's
to.
because she
Like
went full pop.
style I could not I
Mm,
couldn't stand after the first like two times I listened to it.
yeah. Well, I
Um,
mean, it's because like this is her first one that was just undeniably 100% pop,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's good, I'd say overall. But like it feels very manufactured isn't the right word, but I feel like it was like she's figured out what her audience wants from
Maybe
her,
the
and
the
then
most
also goes pop to try and be more mainstream. Like I feel like, which I guess fair play, power to you, but like I don't know, it felt very
yeah, I guess I would probably say that that album is definitely the one where she started making and I mean she probably started doing this beforehand, but like you can really feel it in 1989 where he she started making decisions to be deliberate in the marketing of the album. Like it
mhm,
like decisions were made specifically because it would help the popularity of the songs.
mhm. Yeah, and
Uh,
I mean that's kind of my issue with Taylor Swift as a whole. Is she and like I get it, like her job is to make
that
money and but
yeah.
like one thing that was really scummy to me, and I don't know how much she herself had to do with it, but it was
Mhm.
and related to her concerts, is there was this
Yeah.
like thing a few years ago where there was some like weird contest thing where like she was like, "Hey, if you buy a lot of like multiple tickets to my concerts, you have a chance of like winning like a chance to meet me or some shit." So like and her audience, especially at this time, was mostly like younger girls and like teenagers
Yeah.
and like and like it just felt very exploitive to me. Like you're like getting these kids to buy concert tickets, which it's to Taylor Swift concert, like probably at least $100 a ticket,
Yeah.
minimum. trying to get like, they're stealing their parents' credit cards, or like parents like, buy me, I gotta meet Taylor. It just felt very exploitive to me. And like I get like it was probably her marketing team and stuff that did that, but like she still had to like she promoted it. Like she
Hmm.
promoted that. So like she had to see it at some point. And like I get like you only have so
Yeah.
much say when you're that big of an artist, unfortunately, but like it rubbed me the wrong way. And so the last album I did a full listen to was Reputation. I might have some controversial thoughts on these. So
Okay. Yeah. No, well, I mean, these are very controversial albums, so that's fair.
so
I Reputation hit me weird because that was like after 1989, and particularly like that summer of right before Reputation came out. I made a big dive back into my Taylorism. Um,
back to the cult.
yeah. Um, and so I was like really excited for the new album to come out, and and I really I vibed with the way like her sort of image she had, like
The old
I
image or the
I
new one?
the old one.
Hmm.
um and so when she like when it was like a complete 180 of like, well, now I'm bad, that felt like that felt inauthentic. And I understand why she did it, like, because I mean that was the point in her career when like everyone was attacking her, and like
Hmm.
so like she decided, oh, so in order to stand up for myself, I'm gonna put an edge on. But it felt it felt very inauthentic.
Okay, so overall, I agree. Here's where my potentially controversial thoughts come in.
Okay.
So, like I said, this album was her kind of like getting back at like the haters and like all that, and like, but most of like Reputation as a whole, bad album. I'm just gonna say it. I don't like it.
Yeah. Okay.
With
Yeah. No.
one exception, which
I
I'll get to in a
agree with that.
minute. With one exception, I think it's a terrible album because most of the songs are literally just like, because this was like when the height of like kind of people bashing her, and like the whole like a whole bunch of stupid Kanye controversy bullshit. This is the height of all that. So I get that she was like, all right, yeah, like I'm gonna stand up for myself, yada yada. But like most of the songs just come off very passive aggressive and are like, okay, I'm all my like well, I forget what song it is, but there's a line in one of them that's like all these liars telling lies about me, or saying like all these liars saying I'm a liar or something like that. It's just like
Mhm.
it just sometimes it's petty and just eh. The only song that I thought was like genuinely like a actually good like fuck you, I'm doing what I want song was honestly Look What You Made Me Do.
Really?
That's the
Okay.
only song I genuinely liked off the album. Was because
See,
like go ahead.
I when Look What You Made Me Do first dropped, and it wasn't just because of the change in image. Like, I at first, like the just the rhythm of the song, I did not vibe with. It was a little
Mhm,
too out there for me.
mhm.
But the more I listened to it, the more I was able to vibe with it.
Yeah, like sound wise, it's definitely my favorite off the album. I just vibe with kind of like almost industrial kind of sound weirdly. Like it's
Yeah,
like
no, I see that.
I don't know what better way to describe it, but like
Yeah.
and then like I like that like it's over the top as all
Mhm.
hell. But I think that works for what she's trying to do. And I like how like I said, the other songs are still her like being like, oh yeah, but these guys suck. They're saying all this about me, fuck you, but like I'm not actually like that. This is the song where she's like, maybe I am a bitch. You're gonna say I'm a bitch, fine, I'm a bitch.
Mhm.
Like she kind of owns it. And I appreciate that a lot more than like all these liars saying I'm a liar, they're liars. It's like
Well, no, I don't think that that's what she was saying at all. I think it was very much of like people were coming after her saying that she was inauthentic, and so as a response to that, she was like, okay, fine, you guys are going to say that about me, then that's how I'm gonna be. That's what I'm gonna become. Um,
I almost thought it was more of a like it's literally like look what you made me do. It's more of a like it was definitely it was she was influenced by other people, but it was a like she's like, all right, now I'm attacking, I'm going full force, and not just like petty little snap at. It's like, yeah, I'm just gonna be a bitch now. I'm gonna go full force at you. Fuck you. Like instead of like the little petty passive aggressive lyrics on a lot of the other songs, she's just like, yeah, fuck you, fuck off. That's all I gotta say. Like I appreciate it a lot more than like the kind of back and forth wandering through whatever the fuck she's trying to say.
Yeah.
And like the over the top, like old Taylor can't come to the phone right now. Why? Cause she's dead. Like it's so over
Oh,
the fucking top.
I
It's so
I
stupid, but I like
I
it.
could not stand that. Oh, she's dead.
So over it's almost like it's her trying to be fuck you, I'm a bad bitch when she's not.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like that she's trying to like not just be passive aggressive. She's trying to be like, yeah, fuck you. I don't care what you say. I very clearly care what you say, but I don't. The old me would have, but she's dead.
My favorite from the album is definitely Delicate. That is definitely, well, I feel like Delicate's also like just kind of like OG Poppy Taylor sound. But like that is definitely something I heard over and over on the radio, and it is like very much that like
I didn't hear any
sound.
song on the radio other than "Look What You Made Me Do." Look what made you. Well, oh, ready for it. I heard "Ready for It."
Well, okay, no, well, around us they definitely played Delicate a lot, but yeah, I mean, I vibe with it. It's one of those songs that definitely like has the sound that evokes my memories of back home and
Mhm.
just kind of driving around listening to WSTW. Um,
Shout out, I guess.
yeah, 93.7 represent.
Yeah, no, I actually, honestly, I'm gonna make a very bold statement
Okay,
that I'm gonna get a lot of hate for from all three of our listeners. I think
do
"Look
it.
What You Made Me Do" might be my like second or third favorite Taylor Swift song.
Really?
That's the one that really like when I was doing this listen through, and like it could very easily change if I ever revisit any of these albums, which is unlikely. But um,
The next time you do your annual all 7 albums Taylor
well,
Swift
next year,
binge,
if we're still doing this, we'll do another Taylor Swift episode.
we're gonna do a Taylor Swift episode at least once a year,
um,
even if we stop the podcast.
like I think "Mean" is my favorite, because it's just like like I said, just some emotional stuff, and I just think it's a good song with a good
Yeah.
message, as much as she has been able to do. 22 is just catchy as fuck. And then "Look What You Made Me Do." I really like that. It's the most genuine I felt like it was her trying to be genuine when I don't know, it's a weird song and it's a weird album, but like I think like that's definitely at least the most genuine song off of that album, I feel like, which everyone was like, "Oh, she's just trying to be cool and edgy." Like I really think that was her trying to be like trying to stand up for herself and be like upfront and straightforward for the
No,
first time.
I would agree with that too.
Like I think that was genuine, like her genuine, like, yeah, fuck you, I don't care. Even though
Yeah,
it just made it seem like she cared even more. But like I appreciated the effort, and I just like the sound. Like
yeah,
it's a weird sound for her. It's
yeah,
very
yeah.
industrial sounding. It's very I liked it. I think it's a good song. I think I'm gonna get a lot of hate for it because everyone hated that song when it came out. But I think it's like my third favorite Taylor Swift song. And the worst song on Reputation is "Gorgeous." It's stupid.
I feel like I wait. Hold up. Let me look up
It's just a
"Gorgeous" real quick.
generic like this whole album is like her trying to step away from her
I
old
think
image.
I remember hating "Gorgeous," but I need to.
It's just
Yeah,
another
no.
generic like the boy's hot, yay. But like when the rest of her album is her trying to like kind of step away from that, it just feels so out of place and it's super generic and forgettable. It's not a good song.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's just
I would agree
generic,
with
like,
that.
oh, he's so gorgeous, he's hot, yay. I'm like, okay, and who cares? Um, yeah. And then I didn't get through much of Lover. Um,
Did you have you heard oh, "You Need to Calm Down"?
no, I don't think I got that far.
Oh my gosh.
Cruel
That's
Summer was
that's
decent. I didn't like Lover. I didn't like Lover.
yeah. Lover, I really didn't like the first time I listened to it. It grew on me the more I listened to it,
Mhm.
but it definitely it was one of those songs that just like had like a rhythm to it that was like I couldn't vibe with.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like the few songs I heard off of Lover were just weird. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it felt like a very weird step after Reputation.
It was a very weird
Because
step.
Reputation was her like rebel phase, and then
Yeah.
Lovers like I don't know. It's not her going back to her roots, but it's also not her continuing the rebel phase. I don't know what it was.
I I think it was her just like doing something completely new, like something that was it's not her or it's not OG Taylor. It's not even Poppy Taylor, and
Yeah,
it's definitely
not
not
rebel.
bad Taylor anymore.
Well, it's definitely not old Taylor. 'Cause she's dead.
Correct. Yeah, yeah.
She can't come to the phone right
Um
now. Yeah, yeah. Lover was weird, but I'll finish it. Fuck it. I'll throw in a couple sentences next week if I finish
t-
Lover. People need to know my thoughts.
the thing with Lover is that it had a cup. I definitely agree. All of the songs were just weird. A lot of those songs I really didn't like the first time I heard them, and then they grew on me the more I listened to it. Like, You Need to Calm Down. I could like I hated it the first time I listened to it just because like I didn't like the tune. As I listened to it over and over, it wasn't as jarring, and so like I was able to like get into it. And also the music video is like very good.
I do like that. I like the going back to Look What You Made Me Do. I like how, and I think I heard that Lover kept it too. That like she's just like incorporated the snake motif.
Yeah,
Like she's like has like she's embraced the, like people calling her a snake and shit, and I kind of love that. Like
yeah.
started in
No,
Look What You Made Me Do, and she's like,
she's
I am a snake.
reclaiming the snake.
I am the snake. Hiss. But yeah, so those are my thoughts on Taylor Swift. I'm not a big Taylor Swift fan, but I mean it's a genuinely good song. 22 is catchy. Same with like You
What
Belong With Me and Teardrops. And Look What You Made Me Do is my guilty pleasure song. Uh,
what were your thoughts on her Kanye feud?
I don't care. I don't give a shit about Kanye. Kanye is a
Okay.
whack job. No offense,
Yeah.
Kanye West, if you're listening. Um,
He's one of our listeners.
like what the fuck? It's like, dude, more power to you. Live your best life.
Oh,
You're kind of seem a little nutty, but I don't know you personally, man. So live your best life. I was speaking directly to Kanye there. Maybe
yeah.
we go back, me and him. Same with Guy Fieri. All three of us used to go to the club, get some drinks. But yeah, no, I don't care about. I don't care about celebrity feuds in general. I
Yeah.
don't care. Like
Yeah.
it
Well,
doesn't
okay.
affect
No,
me in any way.
the thing I really didn't like about I honestly the thing I like celebrities can do whatever they want. When I start to get feelings about that is like when the people around me like have strong feelings about them and like modify their behavior because of it.
The fuck?
I remember back when like the whole Chris Brown and Rihanna thing happened, and like I had friends of mine who like would explain away that like, oh well, you know, Chris Brown didn't really do it, that's all
Ugh.
just something that's been hyped up in the media. And I'm like, no, he very clearly did.
He
You're
straight up hit her
clearly
in the
taking a
face with
side
it.
here.
Like, okay,
And
I, if you like Chris Brown's music, fair enough. You like his music, but
well,
admit he's a shitty person.
oh yeah, well, and
Like you
that
can
was
still listen to
my
his songs, but like don't justify it. Just say I like his songs, but he's still an
yeah.
asshole shitbag.
Well, that was the big thing that got me with the Kanye and Taylor Swift like debacle, especially like early on when it was just Kanye picking on a kid, like
Yeah.
before she was even an adult.
Well,
He
then
was
they had
like,
like a weird friendship somewhere in the middle too.
yeah, people just took Kanye's side, and like I knew people who would just say like terrible things about Taylor Swift, like not related to her music at all,
Mhm.
because they're like, oh, Kanye said this about her.
Well, there's also like that also goes to like the issue with celebrity worship culture
Yeah.
in
Oh yeah,
general. Like, I mean,
definitely.
because I mean, Kanye was literally like a rap god. Like, it hasn't been
Yeah.
until the past like year or two that people were finally like, okay, maybe he's a little overboard.
Hmm.
Like, because like, and he's a great rapper. Don't get me
Oh
wrong,
yeah.
but like
Well,
he,
and I honestly I think that's one of the reasons why I am so comfortable still listening to Kanye music is that like I didn't get into his actual music until after I already didn't like him and I already thought he was like not a good person.
Hmm.
And then I listened to his music and I was, or I, not that I listened to it for the first time, but like I actually got
Like
into it and
sat
I'm like,
down and yeah.
okay, I can appreciate the art. And so when it came out that like, oh my gosh, he's a terrible person. I was like, oh wait,
We didn't know
did
that.
we know this?
He's an interesting character. I still love the video that came out a few years ago with that "You're Such a Fucking Hoe" song with him in the like fucking blocky suit. Did you ever see that?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
With that other rapper, I don't remember his name. But yeah, you're such a fucking hoe as he's like
Oh,
waddling
and
around in like a
be
Minecraft suit.
because I love Taylor Swift so much, I hate the fact that I also love Famous because Famous is like a solid song.
It is, yeah. There was like a video and audio recording of Taylor giving permission for that line in the song, and then she got mad. So I don't
Well,
know.
no, because well, and I mean this is only something that like came out in the past few months
Hmm.
was like the original call got released and it was that like Kim Kardashian recorded the call and then like edited it so
Oh,
that it was only like the public only got like bits and pieces of the phone call that was edited together originally, and that
what?
is why everyone
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get celebrity worship culture. It's silly. There's definitely
also
celebrities I
I
admire,
mean
but like
same concept applies to politician worship.
that's just
Please do
wacky.
not become a politician worshiper.
That's even wackier to me
Yeah.
than celebrity worship. Like why?
Oh yeah.
That's so wacky to me. Don't do that. Don't if you're gonna worship a celebrity, give some love to my boy Alan Tudyk. He's a great
Oh
voice
yeah.
actor. He's a
Yeah,
great
yeah.
actor. He was Wash in Firefly. He was the droid in Rogue One. He's been in like every Disney movie since Wreck-It Ralph as a voice actor. Great guy, great man. He's in the new Harley Quinn show on DC Universe. All four of you who are subscribed to that, check it out. It's a good show. Yeah, Alan Tudyk, love you, man. You're a good
Cool.
actor. Appreciate you.
Um so I yeah. Anything more on T Swizzle?
Yeah, not a Taylor Swift fan. She's okay. Um,
Okay.
she's got
What
some bops.
what is it that makes you not a Taylor Swift fan?
I mean, it's just not my music. I mean, it's not my thing. Like
That's fair.
I'm a rock guy. I'm a big grunge guy. And we're doing grunge next week, by the way. Get ready for that. Um,
Well, I mean, I am also like rock is definitely my preferred genre,
you're
but
like a
I
classic
also
rock guy,
have
right?
yeah, but I also have like extremely diverse music taste. Like I can listen to almost anything
Hmm.
except like Cannibal Corpse. Um,
That's the week after next week. We're gonna review Can.
oh, that's week 4. Um,
No, I even like metal and stuff, but that's too much even for me.
we're putting that with our public schools episode.
Jesus. If you don't know what Cannibal Corpse is, good. Don't look it up. You're probably not gonna be a fan. You might be, but it's unlikely.
Don't look it up.
Don't look them up. I don't think you'd like it. Just the general you.
So for your surprise,
Cannibal Corpse.
um,
But yeah, no. Next week, grunge. Get ready, buddy. I'm gonna give you a shopping list of songs to listen to because I'm not gonna make you listen to
oh,
whole albums as much as I would
oh,
love to. Well, all right. I will give you a shopping list of songs to listen to.
get
I'll do a variety. I figure we'll just tackle grunge all in one go.
get
Uh,
ready for me to just shit all over Pearl Jam.
well, why would you shit on the best grunge band?
But that's a weird way to talk about Nirvana.
You mean the
No,
worst grunge band, Nirvana? Yeah.
I'm
Sneak peek
actually
next week.
joking. I don't have any big feelings like pro Nirvana because, and this is true, grunge just sucks.
It's not. It's great.
Um,
Also, you need to actually listen to Alice in Chains more because I feel like they're a little bit more your cup of tea than Pearl Jam or Nirvana would be. Even Soundgarden goes a little bit more for the classic rocky vibes. Alice in Chains is just weird, but in the best way. Like they're
okay,
nihilists basically, and it shows in their lyrics, and it's wonderful.
because
Um,
I'm nihilistic kind of guy.
Yeah, clearly, duh, yeah. It's just interesting. It's
Yeah.
interesting lyrics.
Which is why I am so pro Taylor Swift
She's a
because of
nihilist.
my nihilistic impulse. I just want to stop feeling.
Oh no, but you'll love Alice in Chains. He stopped feeling so much he overdosed and died. Lane Staley, rest in peace. Great singer. So get ready for the grunge episode, guys.
But anyway,
It's gonna be me ranting and Seth making fun of me for like 40 minutes.
correct.
All right, yeah. What's my surprise, buddy?
So yeah. So you're surprised. Hold up, I'm gonna look up the link.
It's my iguana, Joshua. He's joined a cult.
Yes, well, Antonio, do you have any idea which cult has ensnared your poor lizard?
Yes, it's the National Libertarian Party.
It's gonna be serious.
The National Libertarian
When
Party.
was the last time you saw your iguana? I'll help you find your economically conservative and socially liberal iguana.
All right, that made me laugh.
With happiness, my sweet
The
boy.
economically Republican, socially liberal iguana.
We'll save your economically conservative, socially liberal iguana.
So Seth just showed me the cloak. I will put it in the description below. Seth, why?
Don't act like you didn't just make me watch Plant Man last week.
Plant Man was a fun, giddy time. No one died.
Okay, you can't put that shit on me. That's not my fault that all those people died. No, 12-year-old me thought that was just like the purest ride that I could ever feel. Like I thought that video was just like the pinnacle of comedic excellence, and I would watch it over and over.
I chuckled like maybe 3 times.
Well, you know, hey.
So a quick reference to the audience before you watch it. Trigger warning: lots of cartoon gore, some potentially offensive humor.
It's definitely
2009 humor, if
very, very much a product of its time. Does not work as well in 2020.
Some kind of oof moments, but you know, it's kind of like Adult Swimish in a way. Kind of offensive to be offensive kind of humor. But there were some funny lines in there. I like the bit where he talks about his he's like, oh, he joined a cult. And it's like, yeah, he joined the Libertarian Party. Oh no, I'll get him right away. Also, I like how each week we're just talking about a different third party versus the Green Party. Now the Libertarians.
Yeah, just every single eventually we're gonna have to start working on like the really small ones, like Americans for Capybara ownership party.
Dude, honestly, Capybaras are fucking dope. I should join that party.
I'm not a huge capybara guy.
Fuck off, man. Capybaras are dope. They're giant rodents, but they're cool. Most rodents
but
suck.
like I hate rodents. Like
Yeah, same.
I have an irrational fear of like rats,
rats suck.
skunks,
Skunks,
squirrels. Like, yeah. I think.
I mean, like, maybe. I don't know.
Hold up, let me look it up.
Right.
But anyway, I just like
me.
this irrational fear, and capybaras just like they are.
like
Oh
dogs.
no, okay, skunks are badgers.
Aha! I was not the stupid one for once.
They're related to badgers. Anyway, capybaras are just like the king of the rodents, and that like as a concept, they frighten me.
See, I watched Zaboomafoo as a kid, and there was a capybara episode, and he just came in and like chilled and like swam around.
Oh, possums! I cannot stand possums.
Not a big possum guy. Capybaras are the one rodent I'm like, you're cool. Like, I want a capybara. They're like dogs, but they're just fluffy and like just waddle around. They swim. I would love a capybara, but it's legal to own one in Alabama. Actually, you can own a capybara in Alabama. Yeah, legally.
Huh.
I've done the research.
Well,
I wanted a capybara real bad.
Can you own a tiger in Alabama? I'm sorry. What's the Alabama state motto? we dare defend our rights. My right to own a tiger.
What if the government oppresses me? I need a tiger to defend myself from the government.
I'm sorry, that's unconstitutional. You cannot keep me from owning a tiger.
Well, no, it's a right to bear arms, not tiger arms.
Rah. Yeah.
I'm so proud of that stupid joke. Okay, so the cloak. It sure was early 2000s humor.
It's bad that like there were a lot of things that when I first watched that video I had never heard of before, and then like that I learned about from that video,
It's
which is very
educational.
sad. The National Libertarian Party I'd never heard of before watching that video.
I mean, to be fair, who has?
Robert Mitchum, acclaimed film actor.
Yep.
I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't super familiar with the Cold War until I started looking it up more.
The cloak. Yeah.
Because of the cloak. Mormonism. Yeah.
You didn't know what Mormons were?
No. We honestly don't have a lot of Mormons around here.
I mean, we didn't either, but I feel like we knew about them to make fun of them.
Nah. Nope.
Because like I grew up in the Baptist church, and we were like, yeah, fuck the Mormons, and that was just the Baptist thing.
Oh, see, we don't have the only like religious groups we make fun of are the Baptists. We're very respectful of our religious neighbors.
You know, the Baptists are very much, at least with my experience with them, we're very much we're the right ones. You all suck. Fuck off.
Indeed.
They were very much which is funny because that's what they claim like the Mormons and stuff are.
Yeah.
But like they're like, but no, we got it right. We got it right. We know what's up. We know about that dude upstairs. We know. You don't. We do. That's the Baptists.
Is that in the Baptist Book of Order? I actually don't know if the Baptists have a Book of Order.
I don't fucking know either. I haven't been involved with that in a very long time. But yeah, the cloak.
Yeah.
I don't have much to say, Seth, honestly.
We're making some hot takes. This is a spicy podcast series.
We can tackle the real issues.
Did we announce what we were doing this week last week? No, we didn't.
I'd be okay with doing that. Like next week, we're going to talk about grunge. Grunge is happening.
Okay.
Get ready. Pearl Jam, Nirvana, Alice in Chains, Soundgarden. Those are the big four.
Pilots,
want to talk. Number 3.
Okay. I want to talk about Pennsylvania. Just read the Wikipedia article. Maybe go to like their tourism website.
Go to Pennsylvania right now.
Or walk to Pennsylvania.
All right, so Pennsylvania and grunge, is that what we're going for this week?
Yeah.
All right. You know what? Fair play.
Make sure you are familiar with the Amish and like Pennsylvania Dutch too.
I know about Vanilla Ice and his TV show where he lived with the Amish.
Yeah.
Does that count?
So you've already got it.
That's a real show, for the record.
Yeah.
It lasted 2 seasons. It got renewed.
Did you? Well, we, like Vanilla Ice, are trendsetters.
Cloak was a little bit much for me.
I feel like, well, okay, my experience with it is definitely contingent on my watching it as a child. Like,
that's fair.
I definitely, like, when I hadn't watched it for a few years and watched it for the first time again, like, last year, it definitely did not hit me the same way. And, like, watching it, it isn't the same reaction. I'm like, this is really stupid. So I definitely, like, I think it is very reliant on that sort of middle school.
Yeah, you need that background, like, nostalgia for it. Because, like, there's some videos, like, I remember loving as a kid. And, like, I've tried to, like, rewatch them. I'm like, oh, yeah, I watched this when I was a kid. And pull it up and I'm like, oh, don't remember that. They said some real bad things there. That didn't faze me a decade ago, but now it sure does. Some strong words being used there.
Yep.
But yeah, the Cloak was early mid 2000s humor, YouTube humor. A lot of it hasn't
So
aged super well, but like I had some giggles. I giggled at the Libertarian cult.
I mean, I guess I'm pro Cloak. I definitely do agree though that like it is a different effect
Yeah,
now.
I mean that's the thing. You're looking at it through a very different lens than you did a
Yeah.
decade ago. Yeah, I think I gotta be anti-Cloak. It wasn't really my cup of tea. Like I didn't hate it. Like I said, I got some chuckles out of it, but it was just kind of there for me. Like it was like any other random, haha. We're funny because we said a bad thing, like YouTube humor. Like I don't hate it. I think there's a place for it. There's an audience for it. I don't think it should be like banned or anything. I just don't like
Mhm.
it myself. I just not. It's not for me. Yeah, anti-cloak, man. The cloak.
Okay.
Sorry, Seth, but it was not my jam, not my Pearl Jam, which we'll be talking about next week as we talk about grunge and Pennsylvania,
Blech.
and a surprise third thing, which I have to come up with for Seth to get vengeance for the cloak.
In my defense, I literally I hadn't come up with anything to show you,
Really?
and that just like popped up in the back of my head. I was like, oh, I can talk about the Cloak on command. Um,
What a feat you have there to be able to talk about the cloak.
I that's actually on my LinkedIn. Is
I have extensive knowledge about the cloak, and they're like, "What the fuck?" It only had like 80,000 views. Like, it did not have a lot of views.
well, okay, no, it's not on the original
Oh,
channel.
it's a re up. Oh, so because it was Film Cow did it, right?
Yeah.
Even
Let
Film
me.
Cow didn't
I
like it so much.
I
He got rid
think
of it.
I think it was taken off of the original channel.
Even
Um,
Film Cow doesn't like it, and he made like 5 Charlie the Unicorns.
he
That's not
made.
even an
Oh
exaggeration.
wait, yeah.
There's at
I
least
I was
4 or 5.
like he made 12 Charlie the Unicorns,
That's
but
almost
he didn't.
hats.
He made 12 llamas with hats,
Yeah, you showed me llamas with hats for the first time. That was the first time I'd seen them.
and I enlightened you.
Yeah, I'd seen all the Charlie the Unicorns. I like the first one a lot.
I Why did he take off the cloak? That's very strange.
Yeah, because like it's not exactly like he does clean humor and the other
I
one.
mean, yeah, it's not like it's any different from the rest of the videos he makes.
Yeah, I don't like. I mean, the only difference I can think of is like Charlie the Unicorn. I guess is a little more accessible. Like I watched Charlie the Unicorn like with my family when I was a kid. Like my mom like showed me the first Charlie the Unicorn.
The thing with Charlie the Unicorn is that that was definitely very mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
So it's also
Because that's the thing
kind
too.
of
Is like
a
it's
difference in the.
relatively tame the first one at least, except like the biggest like whoa is like they stole like oh he stole my fucking kidney. Like that's like the biggest.
Well, I remember when I heard that for the first time, I was so scandalized. So I was like, "Oh my gosh, this video my sister is showing me has a bad word in it." Ah.
Oh, no. Yeah, I'm pro Charlie the Unicorn. I like Charlie the Unicorn.
I played around with a couple of Film Cow videos. Like I thought about Bino the Elephant. Bino the Elephant, there's definitely a lot of shock value there that is I felt a lot less comfortable discussing.
Wow, more so than the cloak. Jesus.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Because
There's
the
a
cloak is
flower
literally just like so what?
that has a golden shower fetish.
Oh
Uh
boy. What's Film Cow up to these days? Can we get him on the podcast?
I mean they still make
Do they
videos.
really?
Very rarely. Okay, they've only made one actual video in the last year. So it's definitely something that isn't the main thing anymore.
Yeah.
Like
Moved on.
he
To
must
something
do
else.
something else to make money.
Maybe he's in prison.
Maybe. You know, maybe he actually like became successful and got a job.
Maybe. Are you saying Film Cow isn't a real job? He made that the cloak.
He made quite
He
a bit of
put
money off of
at
it.
least a
It's
little
true.
effort into that.
Well, and I mean I do think Chris Alex and Jason Steele are very talented.
Are those the guys?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I just enlightened you.
Thank you. See, like that's the thing too. Is like I think they have some good stuff. Like I said, I actually really
Oh,
did like Charlie the Unicorn.
Yeah.
And what I saw of Llamas with Hats was decent. I enjoyed it well enough. Those are really the only two that I really got into at all. Was just Charlie the Unicorn and Llamas with Hats.
Well, those were the two. Well, I mean, those are the two series really, and those are the two that got big.
Yeah.
Yeah. Llamas with Hats was a lot later than Charlie the Unicorn.
Candyman,
But-
Charlie. Candyman.
Yeah.
Candyman, Charlie. I always, when I was a kid, I legitimately thought when I first saw it, I thought it was, oh fuck, what's his name? Oh, I'm blanking. Kronk. I thought it was
Yeah.
Kronk who voiced Charlie the Unicorn.
I can see that.
What? How could I love that man. How am I forgetting his name? Buddy
Patrick
from
Warburton.
Seinfeld? Patrick Warburton. Yeah, I legitimately thought Patrick Warburton was Charlie the Unicorn when I first watched it. His famous
and
role.
He was in everything when we were kids too.
Yeah.
Like, he's still in a lot, but like he was
B-movie.
Kronk. He was the principal in Kim Possible.
Oh, was he? I didn't watch Kim
yeah.
Possible.
You didn't watch
I
Kim
wasn't allowed.
Possible? Oh.
My mom didn't let me. I don't, to this day, I don't know why. Like, any show that had like a female lead, my mom would not let me watch. And I still, to this day, don't understand how that worked. I don't know if she just thought like, oh, you're a boy, you shouldn't watch a show with a girl lead or what. But any like girl power show, she did not let me watch as a kid. And I wanted to watch though.
There's oof.
Yeah.
Freud could do a lot with that.
I mean, Freud did a lot with that.
Freud psychoanalyzed
Oh,
everything.
using general psychoanalyzation. I thought you were going about Freud's big old thing. I'm like, hold up there.
Oh well, I mean, I think there's a direct correlation
Nope.
between your mother not
Nope,
letting
nope,
you
and
watch.
this is getting cut. Nope. We're gonna
between
stop
your
it.
mother letting
Nope,
you
nope,
watch
nope, that's
shows
not-
with
it's
female
not-
leads.
Don't even say it. Nope. Shut the fuck up. Jesus fucking Christ, Seth, I hate you.
What? Wait, of all the things we've talked about, that is where you draw the line.
That's my lie.
That-
apparently.
Is where you draw the line.
All right. Thanks for listening, I guess. I don't know what the fuck is going to be in this episode. I don't know what we're keeping. There was a lot, guys. Just letting you know. Whatever you hear, there was a lot more, and I'm sorry. You'll never hear it. Thank God.
So much more.
It was bad. It was real bad. It's going to be a 20-minute episode.
I don't think we had a single bit of unusable content. So
I'll just upload it straight up.
yeah,
I don't
no.
get edit it.
Take the raw footage and just
Good God, this was a rough one. What have we done, Seth? What have we done?
it'll be fine. It'll be great.
Thanks for listening. Tune in next week for
Bye.
Grunge and
Do not tune in next week.
tune in next time. Let me rant about grunge, Seth. Grunge is my favorite genre. It is very good. It's very good. Listen to it. Listen to 10, the album by Pearl Jam. It's one of the best albums of all time. Listen to Bush, because Bush is not just a Nirvana ripoff. They're actually a really good band.
David Tobley.
What?
David Tobley.
I don't know who that is.
Debatable.
Not debatable. It's true. Nirvana sucks. And by sucks, I mean they're just not as good as the others, but I actually enjoy them quite a bit. But they suck in comparison.
Philip's a fake fan. Heard it here first.
What do you mean a fake fan? I'm a real
He's a
fan
fake
of
fan.
Pearl Jam. I'm a real fan of
Philip
Soundgarden.
is a fake
I'm a real fan
fake
of good music.
fan.
So not Nirvana. Boom, get roasted, Nirvana. Kurt Cobain, you're still dead.
Oh, yeah. Hi. You, dude who shot himself, get bent.
Thanks for listening, guys. That's it. Bye.